Hi and welcome to Wine Around Oz. I'm Tim.
And I'm Kat.
And this is our troopy. And we're on a one-year journey around Australia to try and visit as many wineries and wine regions as we can.
We love our wine, and this is a great opportunity for us to taste, to see, to learn and to enjoy for the next 12 months. So come along for the ride.
Hi and welcome to Wine Around Oz. I'm Tim.
And I'm Kat.
And we are still in the Shoalhaven region, a couple of hours south of Sydney. Today we're going to bring you a couple of white wines, a Savignin and a Chardonnay. But firstly, just let me explain a few things about what we're going to do in this region, what we're doing in all the regions. We're going to try and visit as many of the cellar doors as we can and taste all their wines, but we can't bring all of them onto you guys. It would just take us way too long. We're not James Halliday, we don't have the resources. So what we are going to do is try and pick the ones that we think are the best. The best of the boutique. Best of the boutiques. We're generally not going to be going to too many of the large ones, but if there's a decent story or a decent reason to go, then we will. So we're just going to be trying to bring to you the ones that we find that have got the best flavours, or that we, at the time of tasting, we thought were pretty good. Or we'll also bring in ones that are particularly regional, things that are good or specific to that region, like the Chambourcin just the other day. Okay. So there you go, that's what we're going to do. So as I said before, we're going to be doing two more whites from the Shoalhaven region today. Kat, what have we got? So we've got, firstly, another one from the Coolangatta Estate. We've gone back to the Coolangatta Estate because they had a Savignin. The Savignin is a 2009, so it's quite young. And we've also got the Silos Estate Wild Ferment Chardonnay, which is a 2008. Rightio. Okay. Which one are we going to start with? So we'll start with the Savignin. Now the Savignin comes with an interesting story. It was originally planted in Australia as Albarino, which is another different grape variety. It's only really come to light this year in about April, when the CSIRO did some DNA testing, and yet they discovered it wasn't Albarino, it was Savignin. Bit of a shock for a lot of people, I think. But when we were at the Coolangatta Estate, they had just rescued their labelling from being written as Albarino. And apparently the labeller had a few others that hadn't been rescued. Missed the core. Printed all their labels up as Albarino and then had to turn around and reprint them again as Savignin. That's how recent this little discovery was. Yes, but it's also turned out that Savignin is actually quite a good grape for Australia. It's turned out to be quite drought resistant. So that's good. There's actually a lot of people who are actually looking at planting it now, even though it is Savignin, but because of how it's been working out. And any other information? It's of the Chardonnay variety. It comes from that family, which apparently has always had a bit of controversy about different grape varieties. You know, it's like they mutate. Osbornes. Well, they mutate apparently. So it's maybe still like the Osbornes. Yeah. Okay, so how do you? Well, it's very light in flavour, sort of a citrusy thing. And as I showed you before, very light in colour. I mean, it's basically almost water, but it's got a really nice inviting nose, so I'm going to give it a shot. Ooh. Fruity, definitely fruity. Pear, peach, along those lines. Anything you're grabbing? A bit tardy at the back. Maybe it's got more of the Osbornes in it. But I think that's just some leftover acids that might actually help it out further down the line. But it's a very easy drinker. Definitely. Definitely good weather to have it today. So if it's a cold winter's day, you wouldn't be thinking about going home and having your Savignin. But it's pretty nice actually. So keep it in mind. It's a lighter variety. It's definitely not as in your face as a Sauvignon Blanc or anything like that. But I definitely enjoy this in the future. Yeah, it's good. I definitely think it should keep on planting. Yeah. Look, I mean, whether it's called Albarino or whether it's called Savignin, who really cares? It's so new to Australia that it doesn't really matter. You're going to grow up with it one way or the other. So yep, and there's apparently about 150 hectares of it planted already, so it should be something that's available more readily coming over the next few years, and I definitely think it's worth a taste. So what we're moving on to secondary is the bring it up again, the Silos Estate Wild Ferment Chardonnay. Now, of course, the weird part there is the wild ferment part. Raj, the winemaker, sorry, just basically didn't add any extra yeast into it. It's wild ferment. Whatever yeast went in, stay there, and like he said, it's the kind of thing you could get an absolute gold medal with, or it could be a dog's breakfast. This particular time, he's kicked a goal. I don't know if you can see it there. It's pretty clear, quite because it's a young Chardonnay, so that's about an appropriate colour, I reckon. There's actually some oakiness coming off it, and a bit of that buttery sort of flavour that you get.
Definitely oakiness, definitely a bit of butter, but not overpowering. Not one of those. I'm not a Chardonnay drinker, except of late when they have become a lot lighter. This is a little heavier than I usually drink them, but I would still enjoy it.
No, I'll tell you what, he's kicked a goal here. The oakiness and the sort of buttery thing you're getting in the nose is not really necessarily coming through. So if you're after that, maybe this isn't what you're after. But if you're particularly like Kat and don't like that overpowering oak thing,
yeah,
then despite what it smells like, you're going to really enjoy this wine. So I don't think he's going to try it every year. So if you want to give it a shot, then I'd say you've got to get down to the Silos Estate pretty quick, or contact them through their webpage or something. But yeah, definitely a goal kicked with this one. So I'd give it a good 4 or 5 stars. And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's pretty nice. I think a nice sunny afternoon. Kat will probably be having a few more Savignin, and I'll probably be having a few more wild ferment Chardonnays.
Something for everyone in this episode.
That's right. Okay, so we'll leave you with our favourite little thing we're going to add in, the screensaver of the week. So
Catch
enjoy
you on
the
the next
view.
one.